we kind of refuted everything else. But isn't bishop g5 just winning here? Maybe he wants to go rook f8, but how is this not lost after he takes d5?
I don't understand. This is game over, right? This bishop is hanging.
Yeah, if the bishop was on b5, black would have tremendous counterplay, but it's not. And with only 2 pieces, white will never really struggle converting. I mean, with only 2 pieces, quote-unquote, attacking for black.
But I don't understand. You resign here, right?
The bishop g5, I think you resign. Yeah, I don't really understand. Because knight f6, just to show we take and we go queen c7, and white is a large number of pawns up. Unless we're missing something very, very drastic, which I don't... Knight c3.
Oh, this.
Or this, yeah. Yeah.
This is the point.
This is the point, yeah. Well spotted.
And all of a sudden, black might win.
Yeah, this is resigns. This is very resignable. Hang on a second, let's go back. White can, in that case, take on d5 here.
Yeah, that's...
Queen g2, queen c7, but the queen gets there via the g5 square. And this is not that clear, because these pawns will start falling. In fact, I would maybe advocate for playing d6, because d6 bishop e8, I mean dc6 bishop e8 doesn't look clear to me at all. Maybe queen b7 though, or something. Yeah. Maybe only if white sort of wins immediately.
Queen's the pawn, he's gonna be in pretty good shape.
Maybe bishop c8 because of that, to stop queen b7.
Maybe.
4 for the piece here. So we can maybe spend some time consolidating, like h3, rook e1, e3. You still pick white, but this is, yeah, this is still an ongoing game.
Yeah, bishop g5, queen e4 would be a blunder, but Levon will spot that. And this, who the F knows. Feels nice to create this d6
You can also take immediately if you want here.
Where?
Well, c6, yeah. Because bishop c6, queen c7 still wins this piece. It allows bishop takes g2, but I think this queen endgame is probably...
Yeah, no problem.
No, I would probably take on d8 and then play, I don't know, queen h4 check and take on f1. This queen ending looks lost. And Lev already found queen takes c4, so e5, queen d2 on the board. And I think, I mean, it's probably more practical to start with queen c7, so as not to allow any of those things. So Lev will be better, but Magnus did manage to keep the game going, unsurprisingly, sort of keeping the ball in play. And he will be for fighting Lev tooth and nail here.
It's hard to finish off this Carlsen character.
Yes.
In other...
Bishop c8 played, yeah, and Lev played h3, so... but maybe e5 is decent now. I just realized e5 was a move.
Queen e5, you're gonna get all my pawns?
Well, I will get the relevant ones, like rook e8, rook e6.
Still looks nice.
Well, it does look excellent. Yeah, I don't know why people would use draw with all capitals here. This is not a draw. The machine might think that there were better moves available for Lev, but this is maybe rook d4. Yeah, this is not a draw. This is maybe an equal position. I'd hesitate even to go this far because it doesn't look equal. It looks like one side is better probably, and that side probably is white. But maybe queen f6 simply in the position they have on the board right now. Maybe e5 is getting carried away a bit. Because my rook e1, e3 plan is a bit slow. It's not horrible, but it's a bit slow. Maybe rook d1, d3 is a bit stronger now. e5, d5.
Yeah, queen f6 doesn't seem
No,
to accomplish much.
I would definitely still be picking white here, but... once again, if the machine suggests this is a mistake, it probably is a mistake. It's very difficult to argue with its assessments of these things, but yeah. Doesn't feel like a draw to me. At least not yet. And
we'll find out. Bit of time travel looming as well. 9 minutes for Magnus, 16 minutes for Levon Aronian.
although it is already move 30, they did blitz out a very, very long force sequence at some point, which helped with the time travel situation significantly. And Hikaru did take on b7.
Magnus went queen d5, it looks like. Yep. Centralizing.
Yeah, and also rook d1, e5 here. So the pawn on d4 is gone now.
I like this move.
Yeah, this is good. But still, okay, let's have a look at this. Rook e1, queen d4, rook e3. But yeah, you start feeling that black might be okay here, because the pawn on c6, with the bishop on c8, it's no longer really getting anywhere. You can play rook f8, for instance, here. And it could arguably even become double-edged at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
Queen d6, I wanted to go queen f4 or queen f6 or something, yeah. Although there's rook f3, I guess queen f6 because of rook f3. Because here you have queen a1 check.
Yep,
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
And there's developments everywhere. Chat is telling us to go to this game or the other, but it's very difficult because today actually we have 5 tremendously exciting games pretty much. And it's very difficult to... Oh, Wesley gave up an exchange. I still like white. I don't really understand why the machine is so pessimistic about it. Lev goes rook d1. Let's try analyzing e5, because I think it depends on whether e5 is a move or not. I guess rook d3. If you take rook g3... To be honest, it still looks tremendously dangerous for black. I don't really understand the enthusiasm people had for black's chances here.
e5 plate.
I'm expecting rook d3 to be played more or less at tempo, because you really want this rook to be active, and that's the only way to activate it. Queen e7 is also potentially very strong instead of rook d3, maybe even stronger than rook d3, but it might lead to the same positions. Queen e7, in some positions it will also create a threat of c7 maybe, but both those moves look extremely strong to me. Maybe after after rook d3 I'm struggling to find a move for black here.
No.
Even here, yeah. Black is just completely tied up. The rook on d8 doesn't have any good squares, and yeah, queen h4 is always at the back of your mind, and rook g8. Queen h4 is, yeah, probably winning here. Rook takes d4, rook d6. Continued attack and 4 pawns for the piece. Yeah, and rook d3, not queen e7, but the immediate rook d3 played by Lev, but it also looks very, very strong. I thought for a second maybe e4 and queen takes d4 could be decent here, but I don't think it's all that great for black.
The chat apparently is saying Carlsen big blunder. I'm not sure which move, e5.
Probably e5.
Possibly,
yeah. But I mean, what else could he have played there after rook d1? But that's the thing, you know, people call of these things blunders. Carlsen is making what, you know, appear to be the most logical moves in the position.
b3 maybe? Rook e1. Yeah.
I'm not even entirely sure queen takes d8 is a draw, to be honest, but
No,
also rook e1, yeah.
Anyway, let's not play the guess the engine move game. And yeah, rook g3 ed. How does white finish it off here? Rook g3.
Rook g3 looks very strong. Queen e7 immediately also looks very strong. I think it's a matter of taste.
Yeah,
and here queen e7.
Queen e7. Threatening a check.
But here maybe queen takes e6, queen h6 might be okay. Which is why you probably want to start with queen e7. Queen e7 is not such an obvious move though.
Nope.
Because you really want to create a threat against the g7 pawn straight away. It might be extremely strong though. Lev has 10 minutes for 8 moves here. potentially this is the last difficult choice he needs to make in this game.
There he goes. Queen e7 on the board. Magnus does not look happy with that move.
Yeah, not
Looks
at
like
all.
it surprised him.
And Lev is confident enough to just leave the board there.
We can even see the clock on this angle. 9:49 for Levon, 8 minutes for Magnus. That's not the factor, but the position all of a sudden has turned. Or that was the logical conclusion, but according to what we gathered from the computer evaluation, it is. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. Magnus won't be happy. And I also read that Geary has done something wrong. So let's briefly go there. This is not running away. Carlsen cam.
He played bishop f5, but now you feel that rook g3 is very strong, and you can also throw in c7 at any point. Like the immediate c7 looks very, very promising. Because where do you go?
Where do you go?
My lovely. He goes rook g3, and to be honest, I didn't really see how black responds to that either. Because rook g8, queen h4 is actually mate. And if you play bishop g6, I can, yeah, or that. And if you play bishop g6, I can win this bishop by playing queen h4 check, and rook takes g6, and then c7, and rook d6. It does appear as if this game is about to conclude. There's really not a lot you can do in this position.
Yeah, that would be 2 in a row in Norway chess for Levon Aronian versus Magnus Carlsen.
Yeah.
I remember in 2015, Levon had a good position and went on to lose it, and mutual time travel was very upset with himself. Then in 2016, he beat him. And it looks like in 2017 will happen again.
Yeah, seems like a bit of a problematic day for players with the black pieces today. Probably 3 games will be won by white. Anish not entirely clearly, but I think he's likely to convert from there. We actually found queen d7, which doesn't seem to... Yeah, we'll continue watching this, but really there's not a lot to watch anymore.
Yeah, and Magnus already had a very resigned hand motion there when he had to go bishop g6. Gabriel Petrillo says, Levon is an extraordinary player, he just needs more confidence.
That's not entirely incorrect.
Yeah, it's hard to define confidence, because he's extremely confident in some ways, but yeah, sometimes when the stakes are the highest, things haven't worked out for him. And Magnus resigns. Levon Aronian defeats the reigning world champion. Because after queen h4 check.
Yeah, bishop h5, rook g5, or queen h5, queen takes d8. And as mentioned, king g8, rook g6 is just completely over. And yeah, the next game to finish probably will be Anish versus Vishy, where Anish found a very interesting solution to queen d7. I wasn't really expecting that, but apparently it's very